Hi and welcome back on my channel. I'm always Stefania and today I have everything here. I have my new microphone. I hope it will work well. And also I have my new camera. And I wanted to record this video in a long time. So I know that summer is here and it's been a month since the beginning of summer, but I didn't have time to record this video before now. So you have to accept the fact that my guide to vintage summer is here when summer is 1 month in. So I wanted to talk about how to survive with your vintage style during summer. Summer is a very difficult time because you have the hot weather, you can sweat, and maybe your hair won't be as beautiful as during the other seasons. Mostly if you live here in Italy and in a big city in which we have a lot of humidity, and so maybe your hair won't cooperate with the creation of a very beautiful and very authentic vintage style, but you can survive, and I'm here to explain you how to survive to summer with your vintage style. So let's start.
And fool with the one you love and play a winning game.
So how to survive in summer if you like the vintage style, if you want to wear vintage, if you want, sorry for the background noise, but I live, as I said, in a big city, so here we are. How to survive in a big city or in your activities when you're doing your job and it's summer with your vintage style. At first we have to talk about your dresses. Your clothing, sorry, dresses, skirts, and so on.
Dark above, the teardrops dry, but still
So, at first you have to choose what to wear, when to wear, and so on. For example, here during summer we have these big storms in which you will maybe experience a lot of rain and after wind and so on. So the first thing is to know the weather that you will be experiencing during summer. So if you live in Italy, and I know in a lot of other countries, in this year you will be experiencing a lot of bad weather during summer, and you have to calculate how to dress for this kind of weather. So if it's a normal hot day, you will maybe choose a very light dress. I don't recommend linen, and I know that is recommended as a very light and very fresh material and a very fresh thing to use during summer, but for me it's not that. If you sweat a lot like I do, it's not the right choice. It's not so fresh as you could thought, so maybe choose something else. For example, I'm talking about those big and fluffy dresses in linen, like the one you've seen in one of my videos. It's not so fresh as you could expect, so maybe choose something else. So in a simply and plain hot weather, you can choose a dress or a skirt and a shirt or something on your top, and of course you have to prefer natural materials like cotton and so on, but please use what you have. So if you only have something that is not natural, please wear that and it's totally fine. Maybe you will sweat a little bit more, but it won't be a tragedy. So you can choose a dress, you can choose, I can't recommend jeans denim because it's very thick and won't help you to stay fresh and to let your skin to breathe. But if you like denim, you can of course wear it. For example, today I'm wearing suspender skirt and this t-shirt that is in cotton, so it's a simple outfit. I can talk today as during the other videos, so maybe if you're following me since a long time you will be aware of that. So sometimes I can't find words, not only in English but also in Italian, which is my mother tongue. And dresses should be very fluffy and not so on your skin, so don't something that it's very tight. And if you're a sweater like me, I don't know if this word can be used for people, but I sweat a lot. So if you're like me, you maybe have to be careful in choosing the colors of your dresses. So I try to not choose, for example, very light colors if I know that it will be a very hot day. So for me the most chosen dresses are floral prints or prints in general, so it will mitigate the presence of sweat on my body, or black. So this kind of patterns and colors that will help you not to feel so bad during these hot days. And if you want to choose a skirt, you could choose a very fluffy, again, very big skirt that will help you not only to walk freely, but also to be fresh and not feel so tight on your legs. Of course, you can use whatever, you can wear whatever you want, but these are my advice. And this is my advice. And also, if you live in a country like Italy, in which you will find air conditioning very often into, for example, shops and supermarkets and even into restaurants, I will give you another advice. Bring with you a little sweater or something that you can put, a cardigan, something that you can put on your shoulders, on yourself, to protect you from this air conditioning, because the discomfort in your neck, so the tightness in your neck, the stiffness in your neck, or the cold, the common cold, are just around the corner. And I know, because when I went, for example, in India, I got this very big throat infection from the air conditioning. So I don't like very much air conditioning. We don't have it in our home. I don't use it in my yoga studio because I don't like it very much, and for me it's like a nemesis. So these are my advices for the clothing part. Now the hair.
Teardrops on my pillow for...
So again, if you're like me and your hair are not cooperating very much, and sometimes you wake up with bad hair, you can use some of these tips and tricks to help you during the hot season. You can see me today, for example, with my scarf on my hair. Underneath there are my rollers, and this is because today is not so good day, so it's going to rain, it's very humid, and I thought that leaving my hair without my rollers and without my scarf will damage my style. So I'm going to unfold them during the day and let them becoming more beautiful when I'm home and before going out again, and fingers crossed it won't rain on my hair during the day. So if you are struggling with your hairstyles, the first thing that I can recommend you is, if you're not certain that it's not going to rain or you're not going to sweat, my job is to teach yoga and to do the personal training activities, so I sweat a lot, again, even during my job. So if you are thinking about the fact that you are sweating and you sweat a lot on your head, you can use this tip and trick. So you can leave the rollers on, or the other method that you use to roller and to curl your hair, and leave everything on your hair during your workout session, during your walk outside, during the rain, for example, or during the day if it's going to be very humid. So maybe take a look to the weather forecast the day before and decide which hairstyle you're going to make for yourself for the day after. And this is one resource. If you, of course, have your hair already styled, maybe you can choose some styles that will help you with the hot weather. So I don't like very much to show my ears because my ears are not so near to my head, I can say, and so I don't like very much the ponytails and everything that keeps your hair away from your face. But if you don't have this problem, you can, of course, prepare your hair into a simple ponytail, maybe roll and curl your hair even after you've made your ponytail, or you can choose the other hairstyle like the French twist, for example. You can use a scarf. So if you don't like very much the hot weather and you don't want to leave your hair down, you can choose another hairstyle, the French twist, the bun, and you can find a lot of resources on the web, and you can choose and try. It's very funny to find new hairstyles. I'm exploring, for example, the milkmaid braids. Are something that sometimes I use when my hair are not so good to go outside without styling them, and but there are a lot of resources here on YouTube, on the web, and so find some tutorials, experiment with your hair, and find some 2 or 3 hairstyles that you can exchange from day to day to help you with the hot weather. And also accessories like scarves, like headbands, like flowers will help you to make it more interesting and to help you to create a full vintage look that will flatter yourself. And there's no need to curl your hair. I know I like very much to curl my hair because my hair is very straight. So of course the authentic vintage look is with your hair curled. But if it's too hot, if you don't want to wash your hair, please try the other styles. You can do a bun and be very vintagey. So don't worry about the fact that in summer it's necessary to curl your hair. It's never necessary in summer too. And so these are the resources for your hair. Maybe try to find other method to, for example, fold your scarves. There are, of course, again, a lot of tutorials here on YouTube, and I've learned like that following you tutorials. So this was for hair, and now makeup.
Teardrops on my
Makeup in summer is another difficult topic because, again, we're sweating, and so maybe your face will become shiny, or your makeup won't stay as long as it was during the other seasons. It's normal because the weather is as it is. So the first advice that I can give you is maybe to change the products that you are using during the different seasons of the year. Maybe go lighter during summer to help your skin to breathe more and not become so shiny. Maybe if you can, try to use a mattifying lotion on your face if you're not allergic. I'm allergic to a lot of products for face, so I can't use a lot of them. There are a lot of for example of UV protection creams that are also mattifying, and sometimes they are some shades into them, so they are light brown, and so you can use them instead of your usual makeup foundation on your face. But maybe try to find something that is a little bit lighter to not go too heavy on your face. Use the powder, of course. I use a lot of it, and I have to reapply it from 2 to 3 times a day because, again, my job, I sweat a lot, so this is another problem. If you're not doing my job, you will be better than me. And try to use, if you're not allergic to, some waterproof products for your eyes, for example, so the mascara, the eyeliner, so during the hot weather you're not find yourself with panda eyes. And the same for your eyebrows. Sometimes I do this gesture and I find myself with something that is going down on my cheek. So try to understand if your products will resist to the sweat, to the hot weather, to maybe rain during the rainstorms, and maybe change them if they are not adapted to this season. And of course the lipstick, it's always the same. Sometimes if you are drinking a lot because it's summer, maybe it's better to choose the no transfer lipstick and long-lasting ones. There are a lot of brands that are producing them, and a lot of them there are cruelty-free. You can find them online. Please use cruelty-free makeup products because it's very important for the environment and the animals. I use cruelty-free products, for example, from Kiko Milano, Wycon, Essence. There are a lot of things that you can use, Wet n Wild, that you can use are very good products, and sometimes they are cheaper, way cheaper than the big brands that are not cruelty-free too. So maybe try to discover something new in your city, on the websites, on Amazon, and try to find something new that will suit you during this hot weather and hot season, and also won't harm animals and the environment. And so this is for makeup. I don't get tanned very often. I'm going to travel in these months and I am spending 1 week at the seaside. I will get a little bit tanned, but it's very rare for me to get tanned because I know that sun is not so good for your skin, so I try to not expose too much to sunlight during the year. But if you're going on the seaside, you're becoming more brown on your face, and the sunlight is helping you to transform the color of your face. You also have to adjust the color of your foundation, of your powder. So this is another thing that you have to consider. If you're traveling, maybe you will have to bring another color for your foundation and for your powder. But this is for the makeup too. Try to find waterproof, try to adjust, try to use more powder to not become so shiny, and try to use maybe no transfer thing that will help you if you're drinking a lot. And these are my tips and tricks on on adapting your vintage style to the summer season. If you want some other advice, please ask me into the comment section, and I thank you very much for watching this video, for supporting me. Please subscribe to the channel, give a thumb up, and we will see in the next video. Bye!